Hello, first grade. This is our project for week 4. So today we're going to be looking at this happy sun artwork, and you have a few different options for this artwork that you can use. So you can use a piece of white paper, or you can use some different colors of construction paper. So I've got some different shades of orange here, I've got some yellow, and I've got some blue. So I'm going to cut those up into different shapes. But if you don't have construction paper, no big deal. You can just draw this on a piece of white paper. So let's get started. So to create my sun, what I'm starting with is I have a piece of blue construction paper, and then I cut out all these little shapes out of the construction paper that I have. Now again, use the supplies that you have. Don't feel like you have to go out and buy things if you don't have them. So I used a piece of yellow construction paper for the middle, and I just traced that from like a cup that I had. I traced the bottom of it and I made a circle shape. My triangles, I made one good one, and then I traced it over and over and then cut it out so they were all the same. So now what I'm going to do, now that I have all my little shapes, I'm going to place those on my background paper, and I'm going to glue them down with a glue stick. Now again, use what you have. So if you don't have a glue stick, use a glue bottle. If you don't have any of this stuff, just draw a sun on a piece of paper. So since I have my shapes, I'm going to glue them down. Okay, now I've got my shapes glued on, so I'm going to start with my crayons, and I'm going to make my face in the middle. So I'm going to start with a black crayon for the middle, and I'm going to make my face. And you can make any face you want. You don't have to do the same face that's in the example, but the example is just there for you. So I'm going to make the eyes first. I'm going to start up here at the top. So here's one eye, and then I'm going to actually put eyelashes on the top of my eye like this. I'm going to make mine a little bit different than the example, and you guys can do whatever you want for your eyes. And then I'm going to put another eye over here, and I'm going to put my eyelashes up here. Try to space them out a little more evenly that time. There we go. So after I do that, I need a nose and a mouth, right? I need my sun to look happy. So I'm going to make I'll do the mouth first. So I'm going to make my mouth like this. Just like a curved line up, and then I like to make the little cheek lines. I think that's fun. So you can make your eyes open, you can make them closed. For my nose, I am going to make a circle because I think that's cute for a little nose. And do a little circle nose like that. And then for the cheeks, I'm going to take a red crayon and I'm going to actually make circles. So make one circle here, and then I'm going to make another circle right here. And then I'm going to take pink and I'm going to color these in with a little bit of pink. So again, these are just suggestions. You don't have to do it exactly like mine. You can change your colors a little bit if you want. So there's my face. I'm also going to start doing some designs and patterns around my sun. So if you look at the example right here, each little ray of the sun has a different pattern on it. Now patterns, going back to class, we've talked about patterns before, are lines and shapes that repeat over and over. So if we start up here at the top, I'm going to start on this sun ray with a red crayon on a light orange triangle, and I'm going to make some lines, and then I think I'm going to do a bunch of circles. So I'm going to repeat my shapes over and over up here. That one, that one, that one, that one, that one. There we go. Now, the cool thing about using crayon on construction paper is that you can actually use light colors on dark construction paper, and they should show up. So if I wanted to do, I don't know if yellow will not show up very good on blue, but if I wanted to use white on blue, that will show up. So I'm going to go up here and I'm just going to make some little swirly lines, and you can see that right there. So that's pretty cool. Yellow doesn't show up real good on blue. It kind of just turns green because yellow and blue make green. So I want to make a bunch of designs around here. So I'm going to skip ahead a little bit, but I want you to keep doing designs and patterns on every single one, just like the example. So if you need to pause for a minute to catch up, but I'm going to take a break for a second and I'm going to draw my patterns. So you can see on here I've started to add some designs around my sun. I did some curly cues. I did some more black lines on the rays of the sun. Now these need more patterns because these are kind of boring and plain. So I'm going to take different warm colors, and warm colors are like colors that remind you of the sun or fire, things that are very bright. So I'm going to be using red and yellow and orange, and I can even use some pink. Some different shades of pink would be good. And I'm going to do some circles on some of these, but on some of these I'm going to do lines. Now if you have oil pastels, those are very bright. So you could use yellow oil pastels on here and those would show up better. See, my yellow lines don't show up very good. So I'm going to do some of these with black just so they show up a little bit better. So our goal for this project is to create a nice looking happy sun that has lots of different patterns and lines and shapes all around it. So we want it to look nice and neat and fun. And we want to show repetition, which is like showing repeating lines and patterns over and over and over again. And I want you to have fun with this. If you don't have these supplies, use whatever you have at home and you can create your fun, happy sunshine. So I hope you have a good time with this project. I hope everyone's doing well. Have a great week and please send me a picture when you're done. Bye, first grade.